The ancient Roman philosopher Seneca once observed that absence sharpens love, presence strengthens it. This profound insight captures a fundamental truth about human relationships. The art of being genuinely missed isn't about manipulation or playing games, but about cultivating qualities that make your presence enriching and your absence profoundly felt. Drawing from timeless Stoic wisdom, we can transform ourselves into individuals who are not just remembered, but deeply yearned. For when we're away, the foundation of becoming someone worth missing lies in understanding that true magnetism comes from within. It's not about creating artificial scarcity or emotional manipulation, but about developing genuine qualities that make every interaction meaningful and every moment together precious. When we embrace Stoic principles, we don't just become more attractive to others. We become more fulfilled individuals who bring genuine value to every relationship we enter. Self-sufficiency stands as the cornerstone of this transformation. When you're complete on your own, you radiate an energy that's incredibly attractive and intriguing. This doesn't mean becoming distant or aloof. Rather, it means showing that you're thriving independently while choosing to share your life with others. When you're not clinging or desperately seeking attention, you create healthy space in relationships. This space isn't about distance, it's about giving each other room to grow individually. Imagine the powerful impression you make when you're genuinely engaged in your own interests, fulfilling your own needs, and living your best life. Your partner begins to see you not just as a companion, but as a vibrant individual thriving on your own terms. When you're not always available or leaning on them for your happiness, something fascinating happens in their mind. They start wondering what you're up to, knowing how you handle situations with such autonomy and poise. They begin to miss that self-reliant, dynamic side of you that first drew them in. Emotional control represents another powerful dimension of becoming unforgettable. Mastering your emotions is like holding the reins of a powerful horse. It guides the energy of your relationships in the direction you want. When you display calm composure, even when conversations heat up or take unexpected turns, you create an aura of mystery and depth. As Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This emotional mastery doesn't mean becoming robotic or unfeeling. Instead, it's about responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. When you manage your reactions skillfully, you create intrigue about your inner world. Your partner becomes curious about the thoughts behind your serene exterior, drawing them closer while keeping them guessing. When you do express feelings, they carry more weight because they're deliberate and genuine rather than reactive. The way you communicate carries immense power in making yourself memorable. Intentional communication means choosing your words carefully, ensuring they add value and depth to every conversation. It's about speaking with purpose, creating messages that resonate on a deeper level rather than simply filling air with words. When you craft your communication thoughtfully, you don't just make conversations memorable, you make them meaningful. Consider the impact when every time you speak, you do so with intent to connect, understand, and enrich the interaction. Your words begin to linger in their mind long after you've parted. Your voice echoes in their thoughts, creating layers of curiosity and interest. They find themselves reflecting on what you said, pondering your insights, and yes, missing the depth and engagement of your discussions. You become not just someone they enjoyed talking to, but someone whose perspective they crave. Paradoxically, accepting and even embracing times apart can actually pull you closer together. This acceptance of absence demonstrates a strong sense of self and an understanding that true connection isn't about constant proximity, but about the quality of emotional bonds. As Epictetus taught, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. When you free yourself from the need to cling, you transform relationship dynamics in powerful ways. Instead of bombarding them with messages when you're apart, allowing breathing room creates curiosity and mystery. You become not just another predictable part of their day, but the highlight they look forward to. This principle teaches comfort with the natural ebb and flow of togetherness and solitude, finding joy in your own company, which makes you more Attractive when you're together again. After periods of absence, connections feel refreshed, stronger, and more vibrant. Mindfulness in interaction transforms ordinary moments into deeply memorable experiences. Being fully present, listening intently and responding thoughtfully turns every conversation into something special. When you bring complete attention to each interaction, you create emotional depth that makes your presence incredibly enriching and your absence noticeably empty. Marcus Aurelius advised doing every act as if it were your last. Applied to relationships, this means treating every conversation and shared moment as potentially the most important one. This intensity of presence makes every laugh richer and every glance more poignant. You're not just passing time together, you're making time together meaningful. When you're not around, they miss the quality of attention and care you bring, the feeling of being truly seen and heard in ways only you provide. Consistency in communication creates reliable touchpoints that become cherished parts of their day. This doesn't mean constant messaging, but establishing patterns of meaningful exchanges, perhaps a thoughtful good morning text, a midday check-in, or a nightly reflection. This regularity becomes something they rely on, a comforting and stabilizing force amidst daily chaos. When you maintain these patterns even during hectic times, you demonstrate thoughtfulness, dependability, and investment in the relationship. Your consistency weaves you into the fabric of their daily routine. When you're absent, they immediately notice the gap, feeling a tangible space they're eager to fill again. You become not just occasionally remembered, but consistently on their mind, an essential, reliable presence, even from afar. Living with purpose makes you inherently more attractive and intriguing. When your life is filled with meaningful activities, goals, and aspirations that extend beyond just relationships, you become someone who is actively contributing to the world. This makes you dynamic and compelling in ways that purely relationship-focused individuals cannot match. As Seneca suggested, our plans miscarry because they have no aim. When a man does not know what harbor he is making for, no wind is the right wind. Having clear goals makes you more directed, dynamic, and engaging. When you share stories about your projects, volunteer work, or creative pursuits, your enthusiasm becomes contagious, leaving strong impressions. During your absence, they find themselves missing the energy and inspiration you bring. They reflect on exciting updates you'll share next and feel the gap when those passionate conversations pause. By leading a purposeful life, you become someone who is always growing and evolving, making every interaction fresh and fulfilling. They miss not just your presence, but being part of that vibrant journey of growth and contribution. Moderation in emotions creates balanced dynamics where your emotional expressions are thoughtful and measured. This Stoic approach allows you to handle relationship situations with grace and maturity, making emotional engagements meaningful and considered. By avoiding overwhelming reactions, whether intensely positive or negative, you create space for anticipation and desire. When you handle disagreements with composure and express affection in heartfelt but not suffocating ways, your partner knows your feelings are genuine rather than impulsive emotional reactions. This stability is hugely attractive and builds foundations of respect and admiration. During your absence, they miss the peace and depth you bring, wondering about your calm, collected thoughts, and looking forward to your measured expressions of love. Resilience in adversity demonstrates that you can handle life's challenges with strength and grace, making you a reliable and comforting presence. When difficulties arise, facing them head-on without falling apart shows dependability and strength, qualities that are magnetic in relationships. As Seneca noted, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Your ability to endure and grow through difficulties shapes you into someone worth missing. When you navigate tough times while maintaining level-headedness and working through problems methodically, you earn both respect and admiration. During separations, memories of your resilience give them confidence and assurance. They miss your strength and the secure feeling they get from being around someone who can handle whatever life presents. Resilience involves more than surviving, it's about bouncing back stronger, finding solutions, maintaining optimism, and moving forward despite obstacles. This mental and emotional toughness becomes magnetic. Your partner finds themselves drawn to your unwavering spirit and inspired by your capability to handle challenges while maintaining positivity. Finally, consistency in character provides the stable foundation that makes you indispensable. Being dependable and predictable in your core values while maintaining enough mystery to remain intriguing creates deep trust and security. As Epictetus stated, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. The steadfast approach ensures your partner knows who you are and what they can expect, which is deeply reassuring. Your consistent nature means they can fully trust in the relationship, making your presence essential and your absence profoundly felt. However, sprinkling in surprises and spontaneous moments keeps relationships vibrant, perhaps an unexpected date, a thoughtful gift, or a quirky message that brightens their day. The balance between reliability and spontaneity ensures you're missed not just for being their rock, but also anticipated for the joy and excitement you bring. Your partner appreciates the stable foundation you provide while eagerly anticipating the delightful surprises you're capable of delivering. This combination of dependability and excitement makes you indispensable, creating genuine longing for your presence. The journey to being genuinely missed isn't about manipulation or game playing, but about enriching your own life and becoming someone genuinely worth missing. Each principle represents a step toward building deeper, more meaningful connections that stand the test of time. When we embrace self-sufficiency, emotional control, intentional communication, acceptance of absence, mindfulness, consistency, purposeful living, emotional moderation, resilience, and character consistency, we don't just become more attractive to others, we become more fulfilled individuals. True magnetism emerges from authentic personal development rather than artificial tactics. When you cultivate these Stoic qualities, you naturally become someone whose presence enriches others' lives and whose absence is genuinely felt. You transform from someone who might be easily forgotten into someone who occupies thoughts and hearts even when physically distant. The beauty of this approach lies in its authenticity. You're not pretending to be someone you're not or manipulating emotions through artificial means. Instead, you're developing genuine qualities that make every interaction more meaningful and every relationship more fulfilling. Whether in romantic partnerships, friendships, or professional relationships, these principles create lasting impressions that extend far beyond mere physical presence. Remember that the goal isn't to make others dependent on you, but to make your presence so enriching that it's naturally missed when absent. This creates healthy, balanced relationships where both parties are drawn together by genuine appreciation rather than neediness or insecurity. When you embody these Stoic principles, you become not just someone who is missed, but someone who inspires others to develop similar qualities in themselves. The path to being unforgettable starts with the commitment to genuine self-improvement and authentic relationship building. By embracing these timeless principles, you embark on a journey that not only makes you more memorable to others, but also leads to deeper personal fulfillment and more meaningful connections throughout your life.